Hey guys, what's up? It's your Kylie G and welcome back to another video. So if you're new to my channel, hi, hello, my name is Kylie, I am 13 years old and I do everything from comedy skits to singing to makeup and everything in between. So today, as you've probably read by the title, I'm going to be doing a 5-minute makeup routine. It's kind of in between glam and natural, it's not really either or, but if you'd like to learn how to create this beautiful makeup look, then keep on watching. Okay, first things first, you gotta clean the skin. So make sure to go in with a micellar water or a facial cleanser. I'm not a big fan of makeup wipes, but if you use those, make sure you just use another cleanser afterwards. First thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyelids. So I'm just gonna be using my normal concealer. This is the Savvy 2-in-1 concealer pack. I've already used up the second one, but I'm also going to be using the Ami 18-piece brush set. You can get it off of Amazon. So I'm going to be using their concealer brush and just lightly applying it to the lid of my eye and underneath my brow bone. Now I'm just going to lightly blend this in with my finger until it's evenly distributed over my eye. Now that we're all primed, I'm going to be using the Pretty All Set You Can Be makeup palette. This has 84 shades, I believe, in it, and I'm going to be using the second nude shade in the palette just to set this all in place, so put it everywhere you just applied your concealer. Okay, now that we have our concealer packed in place and all matted down, I'm going to be using this burnt orange color on the warming up side of the palette, and I'm going to apply this in my outer crease and blend it closer up to the tail of my brow bone. To do this, I'm going to be using this fluffy crease brush out of the same brush set that I showed you earlier. Okay, this is what it should be looking like. Like I said, it's going from the outer crease of my eye to the end of my eyebrow bone. Now, this is totally up to you. You can either go with a more rounded shape, or you can use tape or some sort of stencil if you'd like, or just wing it if you want to do a sharper eyeshadow line. Now, in the crease of my eye, I'm going to be going in with this burnt red color to complement the burnt orange color that we just applied. This is going to be going along the line we were following earlier with the other color, and in the crease, the very, very crease of our eye. Now, remember to leave a little bit of a gap between the eyeshadow line and your eyebrow to make sure you have space for highlight. So now this is looking a tiny bit choppy, so now we're going to go in with a nice, clean, fluffy brush and blend it together. Now, using a transition shade, I'm going to be using this one to blend the two colors together. Now, towards the lower part of the outer crease of my eye, I'm going to be using this kind of reddish champagne color, just to act as a complementary color to that darker, saturated burnt red. Now, in upward motions, I'm slightly blending this into that orange reddish color. Okay, I know this is looking a little dark, or it should be at this point, so I'm going to be going in with the Color Splashes part of the palette. I'm going to be going in with this little tiny little bit of this bright pinkish magenta color. This is just going to be going right about on the off-center part of our eye, like our eyelid. Now, just work with blending this into all the other shades. After you finish doing that, I would highly recommend going in with the lightest shade in your palette. Now, like I said, not everyone's going to have this palette, so just try to work with the most similar colors to what I'm showing. Now, as another transition shade, before we go into the super light colors, I'm going to be going in with this light baby pink, which is right next to the other color we'll be using in just a couple of minutes. Now, I'm just going to be putting this right in the corner of my eye, working it into that nice magenta color we just put down. Now, again, using your nice, clean, fluffy brush, go back in and just lightly blend out all of the shades. Now, this is kind of optional. It's totally up to you if you want to do this for more of a dramatic look or if you're just going for a very natural look. You can smoke out the same colors used on the outer crease of your eye underneath your waterline. For that, I'm going to be using this pointy crease brush, and I'm just going to be very lightly bringing down the color from your crease all the way down to underneath your waterline. Now I'm definitely getting more smoky vibes, so now I'm going to repeat the same process I did on this eye onto this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have this eye done and it is equal to this one, you could totally leave it like this if that's your preference. If you want to go a little more glam, a little more exciting, you could say, well, then you can add some sparkle, which is what we're about to do. So for this, I'm going to be using the brightest highlighter I own, which does happen to be this white highlighter. Now using my finger, I'm going to be lightly dipping into this because this is pigmented. I will swatch this on my wrist. This is a very pigmented highlighter. So I'm just going to be putting this on the very inner crease of my eye and slowly transitioning it into some of the darker colors on my lid. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Now that this is done, I'm going to be going in with one of the more bright gold shades. This is also a highlighter, and transitioning that in some of the brownish burnt orange colors that we put under our brow bone. Taking the lighter color highlighter, I'm going to be putting that in underneath my waterline and taking the gold and transitioning it more on the outer corner of my eye, using that same brush we used earlier to do our waterline. Now to bring back a little tiny bit of that pop of color, I'm going to be taking this pink champagne color, baby pink, whatever you want to call it, and lightly putting that on the very middle part of my lid. And for this, I'm just going to be using my finger. Now that that's done, once again, taking that same angled eye crease brush, I'm going to be putting the champagne pretty pink color in the very middle of underneath my waterline. Now the last and final steps of the eyes are mascara, which for this I'm going to be using the Mega Volume Wet n Wild mascara and the also Wet n Wild Breakproof Waterproof Liquid Liner. So after I do that, we can do a quick foundation and concealer moment. Okay, eyes are complete. Now I'm just going to be going in with the Shuffle Moisture Cushion Foundation in the shade 02. And using that all over my face, blending it with my beauty blender, and then I'm going to go back in with the same concealer I used to prime my eyelids, do a tiny bit of blush and lip gloss, and we'll be complete. I look slightly terrifying. Alright guys, it is done. Here is the final makeup look. Insert B-roll now. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or any critique that could help me along my makeup journey, make sure to leave those down below. And don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends, post it anywhere you can, and don't forget to tag me on social media at Kylie_G_rocks. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.